Hey guys, it's Becca Gamer or Rebecca. Welcome back to my channel, my lovelies. I hope you're having an amazing day today. And if you're new to my channel, hi, thank you for stopping by. Let's get into this video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about all of the books that I read in May. I actually read 4 books, and all of them, I guess they have a little something about them. So one of them I actually read because of a TikTok. I have created myself a TBR jar, and I have a couple of different prompts in there for my questionable TBR, which is now on its own little bookshelf. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my TikTok. My username should be on the screen. And I do TBR jar picks every now and again when I don't know, or I don't know what I want to read, or I don't know what I'm in the mood to read. And so I will do a TBR jar pick. And the first book that I'm going to talk about with you guys is actually the first time I've ever picked from the jar. So if you want more details on that, head over to my TikTok. That book is We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. This book is definitely a classic. A lot of people love this book. I found this book used for like $4. So I was just like, even though it's sci-fi, even though it's aliens, and I'm probably not gonna like it, a lot of people love it, so I bought it. If you don't know, We Are the Ants is about our main character, Henry. Henry has a lot going on in his life. His mother deals with a lot. She's a chain smoker. Her and her man, aka Henry's father, broke up, and Henry's father ended up leaving and never to be heard of again. And Henry's brother, from the synopsis, not a spoiler, ends up finding out that he and his girlfriend are expecting a baby, and his brother is a college dropout, so things are not easy. And for whatever reason, in this scenario, in this book, aliens decide to continuously kidnap Henry, and a lot of people joke around about it, but no one really takes him seriously. But it is happening, and the aliens end up giving Henry an ultimatum saying, hey, this is a button. If you press it, you'll save the world. If you don't press it, the world is just going to continue on as is, and it's going to end on this date. And this book, oh my gosh, it surprised me. I thought this was going to be a 2 or 3 star book, honestly. But what I love about the way Sean David Hutchinson wrote this is it's not super, super heavy sci-fi. There is a good bit of sci-fi in this book, but not to a point where it's like, what's going on? My brain hurts, as someone who never reads sci-fi. And I enjoyed the fact that, yes, the alien aspect was consistent throughout the book, but it wasn't like harped on. A lot of this book is about mental health, and a lot of this book is about a specific relationship that is also in the synopsis. He meets Diego Vega, and Diego has his own mental health stuff, has his own past that he's not fully open to talking about. I'm so sorry about the road noises going by. I'm so sorry. A big part of this book is about Henry and Diego separately dealing with their own mental health, dealing with their own battles, while also trying to protect the people around them. And sometimes that includes protecting those people from themselves. And when you get 2 people who are doing that, who are trying to hold back and also protect the people around them from themselves, it starts to clash. And this book is about their development, mainly Henry's, of course, but both of their developments, and going through that and recognizing when one might need to reach out, because at some point you have to reach out and you have to get help. Now, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. What didn't do it for me, I mean, some of the writing or the jokes didn't really land for me, but a lot of this book was really well thought out, really well written out. A lot of mental health things are used. One of my cats is meowing to get in. Used to I can't even think. A lot of scientific things are there to describe or help you understand what a character is going through mentally. Stank a boy. Come on. If you watch my channel, you know Stank be the main one trying to get in when I'm trying to film. The only reason I keep the door shut is because I don't want all the noise from the rest of the house getting in. Anyway, another qualm I have with this book is the ending. It was super fast and super vague, which, like I was saying before, compared to it being well thought out, well written, well explained, I wasn't expecting that from the end, which is what is intended. Hello? That might have been what is intended with this book, but I did not enjoy the end in its pace and explanation. But this is a 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm very happy I read it. If you care, I did annotate throughout. I just haven't put in the little tabs on the side, but I did annotate through this. And if you don't already, go ahead and check out my Goodreads. My username should be on the screen. I do reviews of my books, and if I'm doing them on time, which I normally do, you can get a sneak peek of my thoughts on Goodreads before I post any type of videos on any of my books. But a lot of the time, even if I don't do it on time, like when I finish the book, I write a review called a day, I will go back and read through my annotations and update my review with annotations. I feel like direct quotes from the book can really give you a vibe. So I feel like my Goodreads not only offers what I'm explaining here, but a bit more. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't. All right, the thing about the next book, it's actually a novella. And I tried this author before, and I couldn't tell if it was the inner monologue of the character in that specific book or if it was the writing that I did not enjoy, but I did DNF it. And I found this novella by this author, and I was like, okay, this is the test. Let's see if it's the writing, because it's a short novella. I am talking about Stephen Graham Jones. The book that I started and DNF'd is My Heart is a Chainsaw. I wanted to like it. I did not like the writing / inner monologue of that character. So when I saw this really short novella used for like $3, I was like, heck yeah, let me try it. This is Mapping the Interior. This is about a little boy named Junior. He lives with his mom and his younger brother Dino, who, from what I remember, is autistic. And basically it starts with the boy seeing a surprise visit from his father. He sees his father walk through the house, but the thing is that his father died 8 years ago from drowning. And so this obviously short novella is about the little boy dealing with that, and he is trying to figure out how he can maybe see his father again. And then he's also dealing with his younger brother and his health issues. And it's a story. It's deep in Indian culture, which of course, because it's Stephen Graham Jones, which was very, very interesting to read from. It was emotional, it was unsettling, not like a boohoo emotional, but there was like definitely emotional depth to it and not just like a spooky horror kind of situation. But it's his writing is definitely stream of consciousness, and that's not for me. I'm realizing that is not for me. I'm very stream of conscious. My mind is go, 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 go all the time, and I don't want that when I'm reading, and that makes me upset because Stephen Graham Jones is such a popular author. Stank, you was asking to be in here. You disturbing the people. You are. The ending didn't horrify me like I assume it probably should have. It didn't really catch me off guard. At that point, I was just trying to really get a feel for the main character, Junior, and his emotions. I don't know. I just felt a little disconnected from the ending. So I give it 2.5 stars. I think it's good. I just don't think Stephen Graham Jones is for me, unfortunately. The next book is actually another TBR jar pick off of my questionable TBR. If you don't know, I will leave the video up in the eye. My questionable TBR is about 30 books that I bought for questionable reasons, and I go through all 30 in that video, and I tell you what they're about and why they're questionable for me to have bought. I really didn't know what I wanted to read, so I just said, you know what, frick it. I'm gonna do another TBR jar pick, and that was a paranormal book. This is Bittersweet in the Hollow by Kate Pearsall. This book only intrigued me because it's technically about the folklore on Mothman. It takes place in a town in the Appalachian Mountains called Cabell Hollow. Now, this book has a very strong sense of family, and it's definitely a story that's webbed with trauma. The book is broken up into months, and each month you get a page from, or I guess a page of information from the James Family Book of Mountain Wisdom. And that is what that looks like there. So you get like what's in season, what's cooking, and then at the bottom of the page you get like a little bit of new information each month, whether it be a remedy of something or ingredients to something that might help you that month. This is about Lyndon. She is our main character, and she went missing a year before this book takes place. There is a moth-winged man festival that happens because I believe it was 10 or 15, quite a few years ago, a little boy went missing, and that is when the first moth-winged man, Mothman sightings ever happened. And ever since then, they have put on a festival, which kind of sounds messed up, but that's normally how it goes when it comes to folklore. A story and a story and a story make a story. But Lyndon goes missing, and she is found a couple of hours later from when she was realized to be missing, and she doesn't really remember anything from that night. She'll get little bits and pieces as it normally goes. And we are now a year later. The Harvest Festival is happening again. A lot of people think, well, they already think the family is kind of weird because they're not witches per se, but her family, they are known to have different opinions, different remedies. They use plants and other ingredients to be able to make, I wish I had a good example. Maybe one of these is a good example. So stinging nettle rope for protection. So the rope is used for a threat. And you have to do it under a full moon and braid it a specific way. Those kind of witchy-esque things, but they don't like to be called witches, so I don't want to say it that. But that's basically the vibe of the family. And there's 4 sisters, and they each have an ability. They don't let the town know this. They don't want to be like burned at the stake, you know, so they keep their own powers to themselves. But our main character, Lyndon, can taste the feelings of other people. So happiness tastes like something specific. Grief tastes like something specific, so on and so forth. And so even if someone is trying to conceal their emotions, she can feel them. And now that it is a year later and the Harvest Festival is happening again, a girl that she went to school with who graduated a year prior, she was able to leave town on a scholarship from the Moth-Winged Man Festival. And she comes back to town and she wants to talk to Lyndon about the night that she disappeared. But the girl who ended up coming back to town, she ends up going missing. So Lyndon has to grapple with already the trauma that she's been dealing with for the past year, but also why this girl that she knew, why did she come back to town and go missing and, you know, end up dead? And this was such a fun book. Like, not in like a kooky way, but like just dealing with all of the emotions that the main character was dealing with was very, very important. but the plot kept on moving and it was very intriguing the whole time for me. So there is a mystery going on in this book, and this is a debut. What I will say about the writing is you're not really given information to be able to figure out what's going on. I feel like it's kind of going off of either intuition or you're just guessing. I don't know, I kind of got Scooby-Doo vibes. So like the town is profiting off of something, and then there's this one person that is definitely profiting off of it, and they're the reason why things are going on. But that was just like me being me with my Scooby-Doo loving brain. A lot of names are given out to you. Some information that's not important, information that is important, doesn't seem important, is given to you. So I wouldn't say this was a super, super well crafted mystery. I just think all of the trauma, all of the family lore behind this mystery was super intriguing, and I definitely recommend you pick it up. I actually, immediately after finishing this, I ordered the second book, Lies on the Serpent's Tongue. I actually have that right here. So I have started this. I haven't made my way too far in it, but I'm so excited because this is about Rowan, and she can tell if you're lying or not. And the mystery doesn't necessarily continue. Not the same mystery as in this one, but it seems all related and connected, and I can't wait to get into that, and I will update you guys on this in my April wrap up. But this was a TBR jar pick, so I am making a TikTok about it, and I will talk a little bit about this one in that same TikTok when I finish it. So if you head over to my TikTok, you can get a little sneak peek. So I ended up giving Bittersweet in the Hollow 4.5 stars. I really wanted more from the details of the main character and her abilities. And like I said, it was a debut novel. Some of the writing fell short, maybe a plot hole or two. The mystery wasn't as well strung as I am used to in my mystery and thrillers, but the characters, the experiments, the feel of the book, experiences of the book, so good. 4.5 stars for sure. Now, in the meantime, while I was waiting for Lies on the Serpent's Tongue to come in the mail, I ordered it from Book Outlet, so I knew it would take at least a week. I wanted to go ahead and start another book, and I actually started a reading vlog. By the time you're seeing this, it's not out yet. It won't be out until probably like the second week of June, sometime in the middle of June, that's when it will come out. I'm so excited. I'm starting to stutter. Basically, I'm starting a reading vlog series based off of Books and Lala's top 10 favorites each year since 2017. If you don't know who Books and Lala's is, I'll be very surprised. She is one of the best, if not the best. And I know I'm gassing her up right now, but she is such an amazing booktuber. Her heart, her personality is amazing. The way she does graphic design is amazing. The time and care she puts into her videos is amazing. And I love how open her reading is. So I really wanted to broaden my reading, and I figured what better way to do that than trusting her opinion. And it's not like I'm trying to get favorites from her. I'm literally just trying to broaden my horizons, and I know you just saw a sneak peek. So the first book I started with that vlog series is Dress Codes for Small Towns by Courtney Stevens. She says that this is one of her all-time favorite YA books, so I feel like it was great to start with. This was a favorite from 2017, which is what episode 1 is going to be about. I don't want to spoil too much about how I feel about it. I want you to go check out the vlog, but I will tell you what it's about. This book is about Billy and her 6 including her friend group. And she has 2 very close friends in this friend group, Woods and Janie Lee. And basically it's about her navigating her feelings for them because she likes both of her best friends. And she ends up finding out that Janie Lee also has feelings for Woods, which happens in the beginning of the book, not a spoiler. And so now she's having to figure out how to deal with that while also navigating the feelings that she hasn't talked about yet. This book is like the definition of coming of age, and I believe this author did it really well. Some of the writing, some of the jokes didn't land for me, but the actual emotional journey that multiple characters went through, especially Billy and another character, Davy, it was stunning, honestly. This is one of the best YA coming of age books I've ever read. It wasn't about, okay, well, I just need to figure out what I am, or I need to figure out what this means, or I need to answer for this, this, and this. It's literally just about her journey navigating her emotions and stop trying to just think it all through and let herself feel. And I did talk about it more in the vlog, of course, so you're going to have to check that out when it comes out. So click subscribe if you haven't, so you'll be notified when it does. And those are all of the books that I read in May. I'm honestly so happy. I'm proud of myself. Last year, I was not even reading one book a month, but this year I've been doing a lot better with my reading. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I love making content. I love making book content, and just seeing you guys watch and interact, it really warms my heart and it really makes me want to keep on going. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like. Click subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more from me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. Farther than Mexico. Yeah, yeah. You still got niggas hard pressed to you though. I know you, shorty.